Now let's find some zeros of a function by completing the square. We could, of course, use the fundamental, we could, of course, use the quadratic equation, but it's just good practice to be able to complete the square. It saves your life so much with these things. So let's do it. So 2x squared plus 6x minus 10. Factor out the 2 first. So hopefully by now this is a very familiar process. Great. Everything's a whole number. That makes life a bit easier for us. Now the thing inside, as always, I want to put this in form x. What am I doing? I want to put this in form x plus d all squared plus k. And remember what that's equal to when I factor this out. X squared plus 2dx plus 2d squared plus k. So as always, we want to do the linear piece first because it only depends on the d. So 2d has to be equal to 3. This is a little bit more messy. So this would imply that d is equal to what? 3 over 2. D is 3 over 2. Okay, so what does this mean? So now I'm going to talk about the constant bit. So this would imply, so D is 3 over 2. So this would imply that d squared plus k, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? It's 9 divided by 4. So I've chosen an example where it's not super neat. 9 divided by 4 plus k. So what do we need? We need to have 9 divided by 4 plus k. It's got to be equal to minus 5. So what does this all come out to be? Oh my goodness. So this comes out to be, this implies that k has to be equal to minus 5 minus 9 over 4. So now let's combine this into one thing. What's it going to be equal to? Let's make the denominators the same. 4, it's going to be minus 29. So I'm going through this quite quickly. This is a piece of algebra, hopefully, that you're completely fine with. That's just because minus 5 is minus 20 divided by 4. And minus 20 plus minus 9 is equal to minus 29. So I can't really simplify that anymore because 29 is not even. So what have I got? I know that this guy now is equal to this kind of fairly unpleasant expression. It's equal to 2, what is it, x plus 3 over 2 squared minus 29 over 4. So what are we looking for? We're looking for the x-intercepts. Well, that corresponds to where this is equal to 0. So this is equal to 0. Let's solve this. So this is if and only if. Well, the 2 doesn't really matter, right? So this is divide through by 2. It's going to be x plus 3 over 2 squared minus 29 over 4 is equal to 0. Ooh. This now is if and only if x is equal to, well, sorry, let me not do all of that. Let me do it incredibly carefully. X plus 3 over 2 squared is equal to 29 divided by 4. Adding 29 over 4 to both sides and cancelling with the minus on the left. Now, this is if and only if x plus 3 over 2 is either the plus minus square root of 29 over 4. Of course, one of our extremely standard pieces of algebra. Let's not simplify that. And finally, if and only if x is equal to minus 3 over 2 plus minus this expression here. So if you did this with the quadratic formula, it would basically be exactly the same. It wouldn't look identical to this, but it would look very, very similar. And you could rearrange it with basic algebra to put it in this format. So applying the quadratic formula is just completing the square when it comes down to it.